Cats cannot speak, but they would have so much to tell us. However, we're not completely clueless, as research has been focusing on cats and their behavior for many years. That's why we know today that your cat would be grateful if you knew the following 13 things. Blinking means trust. In the wild, potential enemies are everywhere. Those who aren't constantly on guard and don't literally keep their eyes open are at risk of finding themselves in a dangerous situation or even losing their life. If an attacker pounces, the victim has to decide in a split second whether to fight or flee. Even a brief blink, a tenth of a second when your cat can't see, could seal its fate in the wild. Because of this, cats, like many other animals, only blink when they are surrounded by friends and there is absolutely no danger. So when your cat looks you in the eyes and blinks, it's showing you its trust. You can express the same feeling by blinking back. Cats don't show pain. As hunters, cats rely on not showing any weakness. This is deeply ingrained in their instincts. So if something hurts, they will do everything to hide it. They will never limp unless they are in severe pain. They won't meow pitifully unless the pain is unbearable. Knowing this is important so that you can watch for the small signs. Changes in behavior, a hunched posture, avoiding jumps, aggression when petted, and other things can indicate that your cat is in pain. If you notice anything like this, you should quickly take them to the vet. Loud noises are extremely overwhelming. Have you ever tried to sneak past your cat without them noticing? A difficult task. Cats hear about 3 times better than we do, even though they cannot perceive very deep sounds that humans can. However, while human hearing is limited to about 20,000 hertz, a cat's hearing goes up to 65,000 hertz, allowing them, for example, to hear the high-pitched squeak of a mouse 50 meters away. But this ability has a downside. High and loud noises are extremely overwhelming and exhausting for your cat. Loud children screaming, arguments in the house, loud music, or high-pitched technical sounds can be a real torture for a cat's ears. Purring means displeasure. Isn't it lovely when your cat lies with you, you pet them, and they purr contentedly? Most of the time, it indeed means pleasure and relaxation, but not always. A cat's purr is a real superpower with various uses, one of which is activating self-healing abilities. The frequency at which a cat purrs causes their entire skeletal structure to vibrate, helping bone injuries heal faster. So sometimes purring can be a sign that your cat is hurt. The tail is the first to show emotions. We humans read emotions mainly through facial expressions. We often mistakenly try to do the same with cats. However, if something is bothering your cat and you wait until you see it in their facial expression, it might be too late. You could end up with a scratch and have seriously annoyed your cat. That's why it's important to always keep an eye on their tail, as it usually indicates what's going on much earlier. Even if your cat is keeping its eyes closed or seems to be looking neutrally ahead, if the tail starts thrashing, it's high time to take your hands off them. Only hunters stare. Oh, what a cute kitty you are. I could look at you all day. From a human perspective, this sounds reasonable, right? Not so much from your cat's perspective. Only hunters or other aggressors stare into your eyes. Friends don't. For your cat, especially if you haven't known each other for years, prolonged eye contact can feel threatening. It's much more natural and comfortable for them if you break eye contact and look elsewhere occasionally. Routine is king. Cats love routine. While humans often seek variety, cats find comfort in having the same daily routine. Getting up, eating, playing, or going outside at the same times gives your cat a sense of security and reliability. Sleeping in on the weekend is for humans, not for cats. If breakfast is at 7 a.m. from Monday to Friday, it better stay that way on Saturday and Sunday too. It smells awful. Even better than a cat's ears is their nose. They can smell between 5 and 20 times better than humans. However, it's important to know that cats perceive scents very differently than we do. In the top 5 most hated smells for most cats are citrus scents of any kind. Whether it's a lemon-scented toilet spray or oranges spiked with cloves at Christmas time, both are a real olfactory nuisance for your cat. Lookout tower. We humans are tall and can almost always see far into the distance. It's a bit different for cats. If they want to keep an overview, they need to work for it. After all, both prey and predators are easier to spot from a higher vantage point. And while there may be no prey or enemies for your cat inside the house, the instinct for oversight remains. That's why your cat will be happy to have a tall scratching post and other platforms where they can perch and let their gaze wander. Out and back in again. If you have a cat that goes outside, you might have wondered why they want to go out, only to stand at the door a minute later wanting back in. Are our four-legged friends really so indecisive? No, it has to do with their territorial behavior. In the world of cats, there are simply no doors that constantly block their path, marking their territory and making inspection rounds. An outdoor cat expands its territory around the house and needs to regularly check to make sure everything is in order and there are no intruders. So your indoor cat isn't crazy, just diligent. Fighting is sometimes necessary. Whether it's multiple cats indoors or cats meeting in the garden, territorial and hierarchy disputes can sometimes occur. When things get rough, we humans tend to break up the fight immediately. However, that's not always wise, at least not unless things get really dramatic and dangerous. As long as the issue isn't settled between the cats, there will be a constant smoldering conflict that could flare up again during each new encounter. Once the dynamics are established and every cat has found their role, the conflict is usually resolved, and no further fights occur. Cats can get dementia. Did you know that your cat can develop a form of dementia as they get older? You might notice it when your cat suddenly stands around confused, meowing, or begs for food even though they just ate. Life can become very exhausting for your cat then. That's why, more than ever, they need routine and especially more physical closeness and affection. For many people, the last years they spend with their elderly cat are some of the most intense. New food is annoying. Do you sometimes want to treat your cat to something new to eat? Bad idea. Remember how we mentioned that cats are creatures of habit? That also applies to food. Why try something new when you've already found something that's digestible and filling? So you'll do your cat the biggest favor by sticking to one type of food. If you do want to change their food, you should do it gradually by starting with just 1 teaspoon of the new food mixed into the old to help them adjust slowly. How many of these things did you already know about cats? Do you have any helpful tips for other cat owners that they shouldn't miss? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to deepen your bond with your furry friend, don't miss our next videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with all things cats.